Namaste, Guruji. Why does our mind act as a parasite looking for a host to exist? Why is it scared to exist alone?
So, why does the mind act as a parasite that always seeks a host for what to exist? It's really a profound question, the big challenge for the youth. A question that not only helps the questioner but everyone else. See, fundamentally, the mind is not an independent entity. We made it so to be depending on everything as a process, as a flow of thoughts, and as memories, the dams of memories that we hold. Thus, we make it a non-independent entity to be dependent on everything. Because it cannot, in that way, it cannot stand still. Because we are fearful, because in such stillness, the mind gets dissolved and we made it dependent. So when it is dependent, then naturally we don't like it to be dissolved. We are fearful of dissolving it. That is why the mind constantly seeks all external objects in the name of relationships, achievements, and all kinds of distractions to attach itself to. The mind fears aloneness because we have tuned that in that way, that we don't like to be not identified, not to be related, because we have always been related with everything else in the world, not by ourselves. So the mind naturally feels feared about the loneliness, because loneliness exposes the emptiness of the mind. Isn't it so? You need to profoundly contemplate on these things. It is not that easy, because it is only we have habituated, made the mind to be the way that it is today. It's not something it did not do things on its own. It is only we made the mind to be dependent in such a way. When left alone, when the mind is left alone, the mind will start confronting its own nature, and which can be unsettling for most of us. But this fear of being alone is in fact what we look at it as in a spiritual terms as an illusion. But you may ask me a question again that, how can it be an illusion when I have an experience? We will talk about it later. But you should know that there is a truth, like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Though you are walking the darkness of the tunnel, you should know that there is light at the end of the tunnel while walking through the tunnel, the darkness of the tunnel. Thus you should know that there is some other reality, some other truth, that which when we attune the mind to elevate its knowledge and consciousness with an application in our life, can see that light. So I'm talking about the light that which we have not seen, but there is a light. The true existence in reality is beyond the mind, is what we need to understand. Because the mind modifications to this world have always been temporal. Like in the question, why mind acts as a parasite? It doesn't act as a parasite. Always. Maybe you may say that, one may say that it acts as a parasite. It has been always my feeling. But there are certain hours that when you are in sleep, then the parasite is vanished. What is that state of consciousness? I'm just giving you an example here. So there's even in wakeful state of consciousness, you can elevate the awareness. This is what we call as the sadhana. When we say sadhana, don't look at it as a spiritual or a religious sadhana. What you think every moment is the sadhana that you start transforming the present parasite state of mind to absolute independent and liberal state of mind. So in reality, we should be aware that the true existence is beyond the mind. which is the awareness itself. That awareness which is making this mind to function. And we need to see, if you really look at ourselves, most of the times when we are into the untruth, we must have observed our mind is very restless. And when does it become restless? When you don't engage with it. And when we engage with it, it is still becoming more restless. Neither we are liking loneliness, nor we are liking the interaction with this world. That's where we are becoming a parasite to look at something that never fulfills us. So that is which is the cause of this pain. It's just like a monkey. The mind is just like a monkey, which cannot hold one branch and be stable and enjoy that branch, but it keeps on jumping from one branch to another branch. That's how the mind goes. So we don't even consciously those moments pass, those moments in silence, because it is acting like, unless we are into the practice, understanding, even for our education to get graduated, it is not just that, we have read, we have been repeatedly reading, we have been contemplating, we have been imbibing the knowledge, we have been presenting that back. This is what is the sadhana. A constant contemplation with an understanding of what I need to be doing and to be capable of slowly doing that makes the mind's parasite state to transform. In fact, we don't need anyone. It is only from the birth that we are we are taught to be that you are related to someone so and so, you are related to time and space. So thus our time, mind, it is gripping the weak. It is gripping that kind of a weakness that we have got attuned with. We are into misnomers all the time. But now, as you start pausing these movements with some kind of a stillness, which again mind agitates to do because it gets feared. But then you slowly start bringing up your awareness to deepen it, and so that mind slowly starts coming out of the state of parasite. Just ask yourself, if I have to say, when I think I need something, I need someone, I think I need something to eat, I need something to play. Of course, for a child that's okay. But now when we are in this state, when we are adults, when naturally we are to be into this state of elevation of the consciousness, to be knowing the truth, to let ourselves move towards the joy that we have been looking for, the true joy. We need to question ourselves that who am I? What I am looking at something like a parasite. And when something doesn't happen, or when something is not coming in my way, why am I feeling so low about it? Who am I? Beyond these thoughts of whatever that I am longing for, to become like a parasite. This is the inquiry that shall slowly loosens the mind's dependence on external hosts.